Hey team, and welcome to the one where I talk about what it's like to be a web developer. So I thought it would be nice to make a video for you guys about what my day-to-day function is as a web developer. I've been working in this role for about a month now, and it's my first development job, as many of you guys know, and I'm just going to take you through kind of what a normal day is and the planning process and the way that it functions, at least at the place that I work. Obviously, every job is different, but this is how it works for me. So I think it's really important to start by talking about how we plan out what we're going to do. The company that I work for uses 2-week-long sprints, and basically what that means is a sprint starts on a Monday, we go a week, and then another week, and then we assess what we did the previous 2 weeks, and we plan for the next 2 weeks. This is a very common strategy in development, and it's something that my company believes in. We use Trello to track our progress and assign tasks. Now, I know that some places are a little bit more rigid about like grabbing stories and being that sort of shop, and our team is so small that the Trello is kind of there for our own tracking and for us to know and to stay organized, as opposed to kind of tracking productivity by the company. If you aren't familiar with Trello, it's basically a tool that developers use, and you can have this board with cards that have tasks on them, and you can move them from board or from list to list as they go through the pipeline. So you can have a backlog of tasks that need to be completed, something that is in the prep stage, something that is currently working, something that's being tested, something that's been merged in, and something that's deployed. And that kind of flow follows the development process. And that basically sums up what Trello is used for. Now, on a daily basis, our team has a stand-up every day at 10 in the morning. My current team is me, the web developer, a software developer who is kind of my mentor and is going to be transitioning off of the team next week, and a marketing guy who comes up with site design and a lot of the copy and that sort of stuff for the website. Having such a small team is definitely interesting, and our stand-ups are typically pretty laid back and quick, but we use those stand-ups to plan out what we're going to do for that day, mostly based on the need of the site. So for example, this past week, we have a PR or a press release coming out with a new integration for our product. And we don't have a page up for this integration because it's still brand new. And so it's super important for us to get that done. So we planned out that we would have this done by the end of this sprint so that we have a week to test it before this press release comes out. So it was added onto our weekly sprint goal, and then every morning we talk about kind of the progress of where it was at. So for the first few days, the marketing guy was still working on the design, still getting feedback, and he would let us know that. While he was still waiting on feedback, I was busy building other pages that we were going through for our site redesign. Now, after our daily stand-up, we typically have a plan of what we're going to be working on for the day, and then we just get busy. Start coding or QAing the tasks for those days. And typically there's already Trello cards for the tasks that we have those days. If not, then we add the cards and we move them in the proper list as to where we are in the process of them. Now, not every day is this typical where it happens, we have some pages that need to be built, we pick out the page that we're going to be building that day, and we work on that process. Last week, for example, we had an issue where there were some dead links on the site on old pages and some QA type of stuff. So we had a company-wide, site-wide QA where people just kind of clicked around on different browsers and operating systems and found problems with the website. Now, when that happened, all my job was for a week was looking at this QA log and fixing bugs and grammar and commas and everything like that. So it was really not me building so much as it was adding in just random kind of hot fixes to the website as these issues came up. So after a month at working in this role at this company, I found that a lot of my days are spent building web pages and learning how to use the tools that we use to build them. I'm still trying to wrap my head around Twig and learn all the ins and outs of it. Luckily, I have an awesome mentor who's been there to help me along that way. Half of my day is spent looking up, how do I do this in Twig? I know how to do it in JavaScript, or I know how to do it with Angular, but with Twig, its syntax is different and all of that good stuff. For the first month, it's building web pages or transitioning web pages from the old style to the new style and learning the ropes. And that's pretty much what my days have been every day. Now, I will say there's not a lot of downtime because you could always be building more stuff, but my company is very awesome, and we have a ping pong table, and we have video games, we have darts, and there's a lot of time to reset your brain, because if you've been coding for a few hours at a time, it's hard to like keep pounding through. And I do take a couple of breaks a day to eat lunch and play ping pong with some guys, and it's just really nice to be able to have that break in the day where you can kind of reset and not think about everything coding all the time. I will say, as an update to the video I made after my first week as a developer, a month in, I still have moments of fear about if I'm supposed to be here and if I'm good at this job, and like the whole imposter syndrome thing. I don't know that that's going to end anytime in the near future. I'm the newest developer at the shop, and I walk into a room and I still feel like I'm the least skilled there. So that's just something that you have to get over and understand that you are the least skilled there because you have the least amount of experience, and just keep plugging away at it. But that twinge of fear and that anxiety of feeling like you're a fraud or an imposter, for me, is definitely still there after a month, and I'm hoping that it gets better, but we will see. I have heard that it takes a long time and it never actually always goes away, but we will see what happens. And just so you know, that fear, it isn't a new feeling, right? When I was in school, I had that same kind of feeling every time we would get homework. I would be scared and anxious about whether or not I was going to be able to pull it off. And 9 times out of 10, 99% of the homework I was able to get done. So it's normal to feel that way when you're faced with a new challenge, especially when it's your job and you're getting a paycheck and you rely on it. If you're facing that challenge and you've never actually, defeated it before, it can be hard to feel like you belong. Like I said in the last video, you've just got to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in the people that you work with, that you will get there. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today and what it's like for me as a web developer. If you have any questions about what my days are like or any of the specific technologies that we use in my job, feel free down in the comments section below to ask me those questions, or anything related to the web developer field, code school, any of those things. Also, I'm doing a series on NaNoWriMo. If you happen to be into web development and writing novels, feel free to check those vlogs out. I'll be doing a daily vlog in November, and 6 out of the 7 days are going to be NaNoWriMo-esque videos, and then the Monday video will still be about web development. So I hope you guys check those out if that's something that you're into. As always, feel free to share this video on any social media outlet. Please hit that like button if you enjoy what I'm doing here, and you can hit that subscribe button to make sure that you are up to date with all of the videos that I release. And if you wanted to share this video on any of your social media, I would love you guys forever. It would be greatly appreciated. And I said this in my Nano video, but not everybody watches the Nano videos, watch the web developer videos. So once again, I just want to say thank you for all of the support and the kindness that you guys have shared with me on these YouTube videos. It's been a little over a month now, and I appreciate all of the comments and all of the kind things and all of the likes and views. As this channel grows, I hope that I can maintain that relationship, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much. I will see you guys next Monday.